I never knew what love and communication was. So to have a being looking at me for all of the answers kind of breathed life into me, and kind of made me feel like, damn, I really am loved when I didn't feel it in my childhood. So that's what it
You're
is
not
to me.
you're not gonna come up here and make me cry.
Breaking the silence, taking the dive in. Nikki pulling strings like she playing the violin. Made in his likeness, radiant vibrance. Give them all glory, ain't no way to deny it. She gon' make you laugh, she gon' stimulate your mind. Making things shake, she ain't in wasting time. They can come close, but can't imitate the grind. Got a different way to illustrate and innovate designs. BTS podcast, gotta watch that. Teaching us the game, that mean Nikki got class. If you watch it once, you gon' wanna stop back. This an opportunity that you cannot pass. Unleash your inner voice, cause better days coming. Better days, get ready for better days. Better days, better days. Better days, get ready for better days. Better days, better days.
Welcome back to the Breaking the Silence podcast. I'm your host, Arthur Nikki Nicole, and we are continuing the Father's Day Marathon. Today, I'm celebrating fathers, father figures, and legacies that continue to shape our lives every day. Throughout this marathon, you'll hear real stories, real experiences, and real conversations from fathers whose journeys deserve to be heard. So thank you for spending just a part of your Father's Day with us. I appreciate your presence. So let me get to my guest today for this part of the segment, y'all. This might take a little while. No, I'm not going to take that long. But my next guest for the marathon is someone I don't just consider a guest. I consider him as family. He's been a part of the Breaking the Silence journey before. And every time he joins the conversation, he brings wisdom, authenticity, and a perspective that leaves an impact on your life. He's a motivational speaker, the host of the Breaking the Bread podcast, and a man who understands the importance of purpose, legacy, and showing up for people who matter the most. So today, as a part of this marathon, I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe for this conversation. So after the countdown, please welcome my Pisces family, my friend, Meek, to the platform. Welcome back, my friend.
Arthur Nikki Nicole, what's going on? What's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for always coming to support me. Now, this time is different. I'm getting your business a little bit today.
I can't wait. Let's get it. Let's get it.
So tell me, what does fatherhood mean to you personally?
Well, for me personally, because my father wasn't really active in my life, he was in and out of my life. So I really didn't know what a father was. And just when I was about to get to know him, he died when I was 15. So I really never knew what a father was. I just knew that I didn't want to be absent like my father was with me. So I used that as a catalyst and a tool to make sure I'm always there. I may not be able to throw money at you, but I can give you a good conversation and just be there and be present. And I feel that's more better than throwing money at a person or throwing money at your kids because they're not going to remember that. They're going to remember the times that you spent with them. So that's what fatherhood means to me, just being there and being good at the same time.
Absolutely. See, me and Meek share that together because I lost my father when I was 15 too, and he's told me that
Word.
story before. So we share that. I know how that feels. That pain is deep every single
It never
year.
goes away. It
Never
never.
goes
And
away.
here's the crazy thing, right? The last conversation me and him had was this. It went just like this. I said, Dad, you know I have a lot of questions for you. You haven't been around in my life. You've been in and out. You know what's going on? Can I know why? And then he said to me, the next time I see you, I'm going to answer all of your questions. Never
Oh,
got to see him again.
wow. No
Mhm.
closure.
No closure at all, at all. And he passed when I was 15, and I'm 39 now, and I'm still seeking that closure that I know I'll probably never get because he's not present. He's not here.
See, I had the opposite. My father was around, but he was
Hmm.
quiet. He
Mm,
never really talked to me. So I didn't
yeah,
know much about him. So it's like things I want to ask him that I can't
yeah,
because so yeah, we had kind of shit that, but that sticks with you because you got
it
things
does.
that you want to know that you can't know. Like my grandparents, that side of the family, like I probably never know the full extent of that.
Yeah, exactly,
So,
exactly. And that's what I've always like missed. And I said to myself, I'm a father now. How am I supposed to know how to be a father if I never had one to emulate? And like I
right.
said, the first thing that popped in my head was just make sure you're there, man. And
Mm.
I feel like I've been doing okay. I probably could have done better in certain areas, but for the most part, I think I did okay.
But you know what? Back in the day, in my time, you had mentors. You had people that acted like father
Hmm.
figures that can guide you
Hmm.
along. But now, today, it's like they're fading. Like once the matriarch started, passing away, nobody
Oh,
picked up the torch to carry it.
yes, yes, yes. Amen. Yes, that is so true, man.
It's crazy. So, how did becoming a father change you as a man?
Well, I had my oldest daughter when I was 19 years old. So I was still a kid myself. I didn't know nothing about being a father. As I stated earlier, I just know that everywhere I went, my oldest went with me. Like even still to this day, some of my friends from my old neighborhood asks me, "Yo, how's your daughter doing, man? I know she's getting big. I remember I used to see you around the hood on the block, pushing the carriage, because she was always with me." But to answer your question, it gave me a sense of responsibility and it gave me a sense of love because as I told you before in our previous podcasts, I never knew what love and communication was. So to have a being looking at me for all of the answers kind of breathed life into me, and kind of made me feel like, damn, I really am loved when I didn't feel it in my childhood. So that's what it
You're
is
not
to me.
you're not gonna come up here and make me cry. That was so sweet.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
Now you
man.
said you're oldest. So how many
Mhm.
children do you have?
I have three, all
Okay.
girls.
Oh God.
Yep, I
Bless
was a
your heart.
womanizer. So that's God's way of getting back at me.
That's exactly what he doing. Get back. I'm gonna show you some.
Word. And he's been showing me, because my oldest is 19, turning 20. My
Mm,
youngest is 12. And
mm.
my middle child is 12, excuse me. And my youngest is turning 9.
Ooh, you get ready
Hmm.
to feel it now.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
bless your heart. So what is the most rewarding part about you being a father?
Um, just knowing I have something to live for, just knowing that my kids depend on me. You know, my kids want me to show them how a man is supposed to be so they can know what to look for when they go out there. And I'm kind of happy at the point where I'm at in my life right now because I'm finally growing into being a man. So it's like my youngest is now basically reaping the benefits of that because I'm loving her. I'm having conversations with her and stuff. So that part is good. You know, my oldest really didn't get much of that, but she's seeing that herself and she's kind of happy. So to answer your question, just knowing that I'm wanted and I'm needed, you know, that really made me open my eyes and be like, yeah, bro, it's time. Even though you don't know how to be a man, make the mistakes you got to make because you got to be that man for your daughters, and you got to be there no matter what.
But I don't think people understand that parenting doesn't come with a manual. This
Nope.
is literally a day by day thing. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
getting to know your kid, like your kid is getting to know you. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
make some mistakes. You're gonna stumble a couple of times. You're gonna have to apologize a million times. But
Mm-hmm.
as long as you stay there and you stick, with your child, you're fine. And kids have a way of making you do things that you never thought you would do.
Oh man,
I learned that.
you ain't lying about that, man.
It make you be superheroes quick.
Real quick, without you even realizing you had that in you.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
So now what's been like the biggest challenge you face as a father?
Oh, the biggest challenge. Oh man, I don't even know where to start. The biggest challenge is staying on point in my daughter's eyes, making sure they don't see me crack under pressure. And that has been a struggle for me personally because I suffered from severe depression. I didn't really have the greatest relationship with my mother. You know, I had nothing but negative people around me. So it's like trying to navigate through that while trying to be a father at the same time was very hard for me. You know, it still is hard for me still to this day because I'm a human being just like everybody else, you know? So I guess to answer your question is just trying to maintain my composure while trying to be a father at the same time was extremely hard for me.
But somebody told me that sometimes you have to let your kids see you go through.
Hmm.
We come from an era where our parents didn't tell us when they were struggling. They didn't tell us
Hmm.
when they was
That's
having
true.
hard times. We never saw the bad things that were happening. They hid it. We were
Hmm.
seen, not heard type thing. But
Hmm.
sometimes your children have to know that, hey, mom, dad went through this. They got through this because they were strong enough to get through it. And I can
Hmm.
survive too. So sometimes we have to
Yeah.
show them that, we're not perfect because sometimes our kids think we're perfect. But we're
You ain't
not. We
lying.
just hide it well. We hide
Yeah.
it. So now, children, we both know that children can teach you lessons. What's something that
Mhm.
your daughters have taught you as a father?
Um, I kind of can say I live vicariously through my children in a way, you know, seeing them and how they're growing up, developing their own personalities. But to answer your question, I would say they they taught me how to love, you know, because I never really knew what love was, as I said before in my childhood. You know, my mother was very, very harsh. Like she was like she had to be the mother and the father. So she kind of like implemented the hard part on me to the point where I felt like I wasn't loved. So to answer your question, I would say they taught me how to love. You know, they taught me how to allow myself to be in my emotions, you know, because them seeing me with my emotions, it made them feel comfortable to be in their emotions. And then once that happened, it opened up the floodgates for communication. So yeah.
But it's funny you say that because communication with your children now versus the way our parents didn't, my mom didn't communicate that much with me. Now
Hmm.
you have to really get on their level to a certain
Hmm.
extent. Back then, our
Hmm.
parents talked at us, not to us. So they never could
That part.
understand us. You understand? It's a difference. But these children, you have to really sit down and think on their level sometimes so you can actually communicate effectively with them. You can
Yeah.
be a
Yep.
parent. They're not saying you can't be their friend, but don't know your role. Know your role, because kids are really
Hmm.
suffering out there. They go through worse things than we've been through.
Oh my
Oh
God,
my God.
do they, man? And
You have
it's
to check
just
on their
so
mental.
sad. Yeah, it's so sad. Like one time I was walking to work, and I walked past this park to go to work, right? And I seen this kid in there smoking a vape. And I'm looking and I'm like, yo, how old are you, man? Well, I'm 12. I'm like, what you doing with a vape in your hand? And you know what he said to me? I'm so stressed out. And it kind of like blew my mind because when I was 12 or when you were 12, we didn't know nothing about what it meant to be stressed out. So I had a conversation with him and he just was telling me everything, that his mother's, always out, his father's never around, he's stuck in the house, and every time he tried to talk to his mother, she yells at him, and it kind of resonated with me because I kind of went through that a little bit growing up myself. So it hurt my heart to see a 12-year-old say he's so stressed. And that's what kind of opened my eyes and made me realize, you got to talk to your daughters. You got to meet them on their level. Okay. You got to let them know you can have the floor. You can say what you want. You can say how you feel without being judged. Like I have this thing that I do with my youngest daughter where I tell her, what can I do for you? What can I do to be a better father? Am I doing anything wrong? Please let me know. And that's a beautiful thing, but it makes me sad seeing these kids so young going through so much stuff, man. It breaks my heart, man.
Right. 12 years old. Man, we wish to get back to that age and live life
Oh
again.
my
And
God.
oh my
Please,
God.
yes.
I used to say, I can't wait till I get 18. For what? To pay bills? The
Work.
struggle? What? This is what I signed up for? It's
Yeah,
like,
take me back, man.
take me back. Like, what we doing? And
Oh,
he's 12, stressed out. Oh my
stressed
God.
out. Like he was telling me his story, and I was like trying to fight back the tears because I was
Mm,
like, the stuff he was saying, adults go through.
right.
And for him to be 12 years old and to be worrying about stress at 12 versus worrying about being a kid and having fun and living life,
That should be his best
it's
life.
yeah, it's sad, man. That's why I always say, now I understand, more that communication is key, man. Like you have to communicate with your kids, you got to communicate with your partners, with your friends. You just got to communicate, man, because communication is the key to solving problems that
Oh my,
we didn't even know that were there.
you got to say that louder for the people in the back, because people avoid
Hmm.
conversation.
Hmm.
And they can fix a lot of things if they just have a conversation. That's
Oh
it.
man. Whew.
Man, oh my God. So what do you think fathers need more support with today? Because fathers back then are different from fathers today.
Um, I feel that fathers now, because a lot of fathers now were fatherless as kids. Okay, so I feel we need to allow a man to be emotional. We need to allow a man to cry, instead of shunning them or making fun of them because of their emotions and how they feel. Because even back in the days, the fathers had the wives. So even though you didn't see your father cry, I'm pretty sure he shared moments with his wife crying about what he was going through. And it's like now we don't have that because if you see a man doing that in 2026, you making fun of him, you laughing at him, you turn him into a meme, So then it's like when he retreats and he doesn't communicate, and you see him smiling one day, then the next day he's contemplating suicide, and you're like, where did this come from? It's because you didn't allow him to be in his emotions. So to answer your question, I feel like we need to make more emotional support groups for men, just like I feel like we need to make more emotional support groups for women as well. You know, Emotional support is key because there's times in your life when you're kicked to the ground and you just want somebody to pick you up and dust you off and say, you got this. So to answer your question, we need to allow emotions to be emotions. We need to allow men to be in their emotions. Period.
I agree because it comes off as when a man cries a weakness. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a weakness. Like men cry, women cry, everybody cries.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get people for that. But I
Yeah,
agree.
me either.
It needs to be more support. But you know what? Before you get there, you need a mentors. You
Oh
need
yes.
you got to have men that actually mean something and community wise and wants to support other men. You don't have that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Not at all. Not at
Yeah.
all. And it's kind of sad to say the mentors that we have now are the drug dealers and the rappers talking about I'm gonna kill this mofo, I'm gonna sell this drug, I'm gonna treat this woman like crap. Like we don't really have no powerful mentors anymore. And it's sickening, man. Like we need to start pushing out more positivity into the universe versus that negative crap, man, because it kills me. And it's like sometimes I look around and everybody just got a face on or complaining about something. I'm just like, why isn't nobody happy anymore, man? Like, what's up? And it's like sometimes I feel out of element because I'm the only one that's trying to keep a smile on my face while going through my stuff, while everybody else is just, you know, I
I'm
don't get it, man.
Everybody's angry
Hmm.
about something, about the way their life is going. And like you said, trying to stay positive every day when around a bunch of angry birds is hard.
Oh man,
You try to be positive in
boy,
your own mess. And they
yes,
over here
you
mad at
ain't
the
lying.
world. I work
Yeah,
in customer service, so I deal with this kind of stuff all the time. People come up there
me too.
mad.
Hmm.
Just mad for no reason. What you mad for? You here. Be thankful that you woke
Exactly.
up today.
That's what
Come
I'm
on.
saying. Like every day when I wake up and I go outside, I always scream at the top of my lungs, "What a time to be alive!" Serious. Every day when I go outside, I let that sun hit me and I scream, "What a time to be alive!" Because that's just my way of saying it could be the other way around. And as long as I got breath in my body, I got a chance to make it right. So I'm
Right.
going to use my time to try to make it right versus dwindling on what's going on wrong.
Oh man, it takes a lot to get there though. It takes a lot to get to a
Yeah.
point in your life where you seek peace and you don't want to deal with nothing more than that. You want if it takes away from your peace, then you don't deal with it. And I've
Yeah.
learned to just cut things and people off because of that. I need my peace.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie though, like I'm kind of struggling with the cutoff part, but I'm slowly getting there. So
It trust me, when it starts affecting you and your mental and everything around you, they're gonna end up eventually just drop off and fall off by the wayside anyway. You ain't gonna have to do nothing.
hmm.
And when
Hmm.
Pisces cut people off, they cut them off.
Oh man,
Ain't no coming back from that.
I won't pass you like I don't know you. I know you for
What?
10 years.
Uh, hey, we sweet as all outside, but listen, you ever cross a Pisces?
Yeah, man.
That's, that's
It's murder
it.
she wrote, man. I say that all
What?
the time, bro. Mm-mm-mm. You ain't
I ain't
lying about
saying
that,
y'all.
man.
So now, what is the truth about fatherhood that more men need to be willing to talk about?
It requires a lot of patience, especially if you're dealing with a female, because females are more in tune with their emotions because they have more estrogen in their body, and estrogen is the chromosome that creates emotion. So, being a father, there's going to be times where your daughter's going to cry, or it's going to be times where your daughter's just going to talk and you're not going to understand, but you have to have the patience to sit there and try to understand because my daughters have shown me patience, especially my oldest daughter. She has pushed me to my limits times 50. But then I also look at it as maybe this is God's way of saying to me, practice patience. So for all the fathers out there, please practice patience because you need to be patient with these kids in 2026, man. Oh, I gotta do one of those real quick, man.
Whew, you do.
Oh,
You do. You got to. But you know what? A lot of people lack patience. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
like that, and that's one of the problems. But I'm thankful that I've always had patience. I don't know how, but
Always,
I was blessed with that.
man. You
Somebody
should
told
have
me,
sprinkled some of that on me, man. I just learned to have patience, yo.
look, somebody told me I had the patience of Job, but they didn't know how I did it.
Yeah,
Now,
I commend you for that.
as I get older now, I do get irritated with certain things. Like I feel like 90% of the world think about themselves sometimes. Because you could be standing in line at a store and you got somewhere to be, and somebody snapped at 10 minutes just shooting the breeze.
Yeah, having a
Now,
conversation. Mhm.
stuff like that starting to like, listen, if you don't get out of the way, now my patients start to become eerie in those situations. God, oh Lord. But now I'm down to the last question, my least favorite part of the show.
Okay.
If you could go back and talk to your younger self before becoming a father, say at 18, what would you say?
Um. Oh man, I would tell him to be the nerd and to be the geek, because the nerds and the geeks of the past are the ones that have the families and have the good jobs because they maintained what they had to maintain as a child. So that's what I definitely would tell my younger self: stay in school, and also I would say keep your private part in your pants. You know, I'm just being honest with you.
Not keep it.
I'm just saying keep it in your pants until you get your life together, bro.
But we learned that after the fact.
After, like,
Huh. Nah, we was having fun, but then after the fact, we like, yeah, I
yeah,
could have waited
man,
on this, man. I could have waited
yeah,
on
man.
this.
But that's what I would tell my younger self, just because like I was very smart as a child, but I was a follower. So it's like
Mm,
wherever the wave was, I was trying to be a part of that wave, you
dang,
know?
Meek. That's not
So
good.
it's yeah, man. Like I really was. I guess you can call it the only child syndrome because, you
Mm,
know, my father wasn't around, my mother wasn't around because she was working all the time, and it was just me in the house bored. And one day, which is the day I regret, I stepped outside of my apartment and walked down those stairs and stood in front of my building, and it was over from there. It was over from there in a bad way. But I guess it kind of made me who I am. So I probably had to do those things to learn from them so I can be the person that I am today. So I guess in a way you could say that moment for me in my life was a gift and a curse at the same time.
yeah. Sometimes, some of the chapters in our life we wish we can just tear out and throw away, but we can't
Hmm.
because that's what
Hmm.
makes us who we are now. And we
Hmm.
needed that in our lives to get to the where we are today. Now it
Yes.
might be something we
Amen.
regret, but hey, at the end of the day, we had to have that chapter to get to chapter 5 and 10 and so forth. We needed
Exactly. Exactly.
We needed it. So now you know what this time is. It's time for me to pass the mic to you for you to let everybody know how to
Okay.
follow your journey, all that good stuff. So after the countdown, you got the mic. All right. So before I pass the mic, I just want to say thank you. I am grateful to be able to converse with some amazing people doing amazing things every day and share them with you so you can know about these people. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting Breaking the Silence. It means the world to me. So if this space has inspired you, challenged you, or made you feel seen in some type of way, do me a favor. Subscribe to this channel, like this episode, share it with someone who needs it, and drop that comment. Let me know you're here because I want to hear your thoughts. Your support means everything to me. It keeps these conversations going. So now, let me pass the mic so you can know how to get in contact with this amazing guest. So let's get back into this episode.
For starters, I just gotta say I'm in complete awe. Author Nikki Nicole, your graphics is on point, man. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I'm sitting here like this. Like, yo, it's beautiful. I love your graphics, man. I just want to give you your flowers to say thank you for letting me be on the show. This is my second time on here, and I just feel comfortable talking to you, man. And that's a very good trait to have in podcasting and entertainment, making sure your person is comfortable and they feel comfortable around you. So I want to salute you for that. But I'm going to give y'all a leak that nobody knows. Some people might know if you see my social medias, but for those that don't, I am changing the name from Breaking Bread to Chase Our Dreams. And for those that know me, I have been saying Chase Our Dreams at the ending of every video for the longest time. So I said to myself, my heart felt that name. So I'm officially changing the new name from Breaking Bread to Chase Our Dreams. You heard it on the author Nikki Nicole show, Breaking the Silence. But to follow me, um, my social media TikTok is at Chase Our Dreams. My Instagram is Chase Our Dreams underscore 87. My Facebook is Meek Velaluz, Meekvelaluz. And my Snapchat is Chase Our Dreams underscore 87. So that's that's everything. For those that are watching, if you want to follow me, please do. I'm looking for guests because I'm actually pre-recording for 2027. So if you want to be a guest, please let me know. Author Nikki Nicole, as always, I love you and I appreciate you.
Not pre-recording for 2027.
I learned from somebody. I learned.
Nah. I am proud of you, man. So
Yeah.
what are you doing this time? Because you have like your mini segments.
Yeah, because right now, currently at the moment, I'm wrapping up the 10 things that men want. And then after that, it's going to roll into another mini series titled Hood Stories, where it's going to be 10 episodes where I talk about the things that I went through in my neighborhood. And it's kind of like giving more of a little inside scoop to who I am as a person and how I got to this point in my life. And you're going to like them. I guarantee you they're funny. I had some people look at a couple of episodes and they were like, yo, dude, you on point with this. You need to release these. So those are going to be coming out July 4th is the first episode of Hood Story. So look out for that.
Y'all, this platform is dope. I don't think I've ever told him that, but I listened. I felt like the last segment was gonna make a lot of women mad out there.
Oh, it did. Trust me. You ain't see the comments, but in my inbox, I can screenshot my inbox. You're going to be like, yeesh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I said me crazy.
Yeah. I was, no lie, I was called a womanizer. I have mommy issues. I'm probably single and miserable. I can't keep a woman. Everything under the sun, they've been telling me. So, yeah,
But
for real.
I like when you do those segments because it make you think. See
Hmm.
that's why we mesh well because we always motivate. We either motivating somebody or we making somebody mad with a question
Yeah.
or some kind of debate or something to make
Yeah.
them
Yep.
think.
Yep.
But thank you so much for coming and always supporting me. We locked in for life.
For
So
life,
if
you
there's
already know that, man.
anything you need me doing my end, I got you.
I
I got you.
appreciate you. I love you for real.
Thank you. And thank you to everybody else out there that's tuning into this amazing conversation today. I want to thank every father who shared their story, their wisdom, and their heart with me on this day. Today reminded us that fatherhood isn't about perfection, it's about presence, it's about showing up, loving through challenges, leaning through, learning from mistakes, and leaving behind a legacy that lives far beyond the words. So,
Hmm.
to every father watching, thank you. To those who are missing their fathers like me on today, today is usually the saddest day of my year. But
Hmm.
this year, I chose to honor four fathers and my father this year instead of being sad all day. I get to watch other fathers' stories all day on my podcast and celebrate my father at the same time. So I just want him to know that his impact still lives on. I still love him, and I will see him one day on the other side. So, into the next generation, may these lessons shared today inspire you to become better fathers, mentors, and community if we need them. So from my family
Hmm.
members, Happy Father's Day, and thank you for spending your day with Breaking the Silence. So until next time, keep speaking your truth, keep walking in your purpose, and never be afraid to unleash your inner voice. Later.
Better days, slowly but surely it's a better space that'll waste my mind, so I meditate till I levitate, I elevate, but I learn not to hesitate no more, keep moving forward, chase my goals and focus more towards it, hate the lows but I need those to flourish, place my goals in front, that's what's important. So I ask myself what inspires me, breaking out of my shell, feeling yo shot quiet me, and now I'm breaking the silence like I'm nicking the cold, let's go. Promise you gon' see better days. Gotta keep going till you see them. Promise you gon' see better days. You gotta keep going till you see them.